Hey, thanks so much for tuning in to Lerman on the Local. I am Laura Lerman, and today I am here with Erin at Johns Creek Bookstore. Tell us a little bit about who you are and how the bookstore came about.
Yeah, thank you. It's very fun to do this with you today. My name is Erin Elwood. I am one of the co-owners of Johns Creek Books. We are the only independent bookstore in the city limits of Johns Creek. And I own the store with my sister, Sydney, and our business partner, Joshua. And the store has actually been here since 2018.
Okay.
And at that time, it was doing great, and then COVID happened, and it struggled for a long time. And so when the lease came up in 2023, the owners were thinking about closing and just, renew the lease and or not. And it just happened to be that I was friends with them. I supported the store and learned about it. And here I am. Now I own this bookstore. And it's it's really fun to work in a bookstore, and especially to support a community that loves reading as much as Johns Creek does.
Yes, they definitely love their reading around here. So how did you form your partnership? How did you find, your sister obviously was easy.
Yeah.
But how did you guys find your other partner?
We have a really close family friend, Joshua, who is very into vintage stuff. He is very into like collecting toys, vintage books, vintage things, and he has an entire storage unit of it, actually. But he's very meticulous, and he's for fun goes to Goodwill and thrift stores and vintage stores collecting books and other things. And so he was just an obvious person to reach out to. Yeah, like he provided some of the props for Stranger Things.
Okay.
Yeah, because he had like a little antique mall like booth,
Okay.
and he would sell old toys. And one of the Stranger Things crew people came and bought some of his stuff.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
What a fun if you're into vintage things, we have a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah. That is very cool, very cool. Tell us a little bit about the area and why you service Johns Creek. Tell us about why the bookstore is important to the town or to the city.
Yeah. Well, so when we went through the transfer and ownership, it was a huge decision to decide to continue on with this because it's so much work. Very rewarding, but so much work. And I just felt very strongly that if I'm a huge reader, I'm a person who values education, and I know the people of Johns Creek do too, and that I didn't want to live in a city that didn't have a bookstore.
Got it.
And, I knew that we could make it a success because I knew that Johns Creek is the type of community, people read less than they used to, but Johns Creek is the type of community that supports the arts and culture in general. It supports the literary arts, it supports reading, and it really supports education. And so, we are a community where probably our number one customer is parents buying books for kids, right? For fun.
Yes.
Trying to encourage and foster a love of reading from a young age.
Got it. Now, it looks like you guys have some activities that happen at the bookstore. Tell me a little bit about those, and how do we get involved if we wanted to be part of one of the clubs or one of the other activities?
Yeah.
You have some sounds like you guys read to kids, maybe some authors or something that come in. I have grandkids, so I was kind of checking that part out. They'll be here over the next couple of weeks.
That's great. We are doing a lot of things, and we're expanding and trying to do even more. We have 8 book clubs. Okay. So if you want to be in a book club, if you're new to town and you want to make friends, book club is a great way to do it. Yep. It's been really rewarding to see how people have joined book club and didn't know each other before book club, and now they're like friends and texting and seeing each other outside of book club.
Yep. And it looks like your book clubs have different topics, like genres.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking.
No, so we have 8. So that's why, find the book club that fits your niche, that fits the type of reader that you are, and that we find like-minded, friends. So we have fantasy, horror, sci-fi, 2 that do historical fiction, class AP English for adults. We only read classics. I run that one. I love classics. Okay. I'm the former president of the Jane Austen Society of North America for Georgia.
I love that. That's so fun.
If you want to read 19th century literature, I'm your girl. And so we only read classics. It's really fun. And then literary fiction. So we win like the Pulitzer winner, National Book Award, current events. They read kind of like more like political, newsy kind of books.
Got it. So something for everybody.
Something for everybody. Yeah. If you're a reader, we'll get you plugged in.
Love that. And what about your events? How does that work if you want to come do one of the children's events or whatever?
So all of our events, they're always free unless it says the price, but I don't know that we've ever had one that was ticketed with a price. They're always free. You don't need RSVP. Just show up. We love to see you. And for children, we're working on a story time in the summer on Saturdays at 11, I believe it is. But it's on the website. If you follow us on Facebook, you follow us on Instagram, or you can sign up for our newsletter. And I think you can do that via our website. then you'll get the email. We send one email every 2 weeks with just, here's all the events happening at the bookstore.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
just a check-in email. I like that. Not too much.
Yeah.
And my last question. So you guys do new books and used books. If we
Yeah.
have used books, how do we get them to you?
Yeah, so we have a trade credit program. If you want to clear out your shelves, or if as your kids grow out of the books they were, we love to take younger books for younger kids, and it's great to see the kids grow, and they bring us the books as they grow and they're reading new
Well,
things.
that's fun. I used to work in another job where I got to watch kids grow up. And
oh my gosh, it's
fun.
amazing to see that they were reading on this level and now they're here and they're going to chapter books. Anyway, so kids especially, but adults too. We love to take your used books if they're in good condition. And you don't need to make an appointment, just stop by. If you bring us a lot, we may not get to it for a couple days, but just drop them off and we'll apply the credit to your account. And then you can use that credit when you buy used books on your next purchase.
Got it.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for chatting with me
thank
today.
you. It was so great to get to talk about books.
I love that. I love that. Remember, if you enjoyed what you heard today, hit the heart or share with a friend. If you guys want to check out Johns Creek Bookstore, we are right here off of 141 in Johns Creek. We will have all of Erin's information posted below. Thanks so much for checking us out. See you next time.